Ronnie Bailey teams up with Kevin Webster in Coronation Street, determined to bring Carl to justice, once and for all. But as always in Soapland, nothing unfolds the way they expect, and Carl could still come out on top. The tension erupts after the shocking truth about Debbie Webster is revealed. Ronnie challenges Carl in the cafe, refusing to accept his claim that Debbie is actually his mother rather than his sister, the role she's played his entire life. Before long, however, the devastating reality is exposed. Meanwhile, Debbie is already having a hard time behind prison walls. Her early-onset dementia is worsening, and the harsh environment is clearly making things even harder for her. The situation escalates when she tries to comfort Paula after a painful breakup. Lou interrupts, tempers flare, and an ill-timed remark from Debbie sparks chaos. Paula strikes her, leaving her bruised and shaken, before Lou pulls her away. Distressed and overwhelmed, Debbie admits that prison is accelerating her decline. When Kevin and Ronnie visit and see her injuries, their anger boils over. Ronnie tells her what Carl has been saying, that she's really his mother. They're left speechless when she calmly confirms the truth. She reveals everything. On her wedding night, she accepted blame for the crash to protect Carl. She let him grow up believing she was only his sister, keeping the truth hidden for years. Now she's imprisoned, her health failing, while Carl remains silent. Kevin is heartbroken and absolutely furious. The two men confront Carl, and the argument quickly turns physical. They attack him and demand he tell the truth, insisting he confess to the police that he was the one driving that night, not Debbie. They force their way into his hotel room and drag him to the station, determined to expose him once and for all. But Carl refuses to cooperate. Facing Kit at the station, he denies everything, and instead demands that Kevin and Ronnie be prosecuted for assault. Later, Kit tells them they won't face charges, but his superiors have no intention of reopening Debbie's case. As far as the authorities are concerned, it's finished. Carl couldn't be happier. He knows no one is taking them seriously, and he makes sure they feel it. It's a devastating setback. Debbie remains locked up as her condition worsens, while the person truly responsible walks free. Still, Kevin and Ronnie refuse to give up. Determined not to accept defeat, they swear this isn't the end. If the police won't help, they'll find another way. No matter the cost, they're committed to exposing Carl and clearing Debbie's name. The trouble is, Carl doesn't seem like someone planning a quiet exit. In a final shock, he arranges a prison visit with Debbie, hinting that he has plans of his own. After effortlessly turning the situation against Kevin and Ronnie, that's a deeply troubling sign. They may think they've started a war, but Carl is already making his next move. Fans of Coronation Street are growing increasingly concerned about what lies ahead for Todd Grimshaw, who is currently stuck in a deeply troubling relationship with Theo Silverton. The warning signs in their relationship appeared not long after they got together. At first, Todd convinced himself that Theo's behavior stemmed from his difficult past, believing that patience and support would help him change. Sadly, the situation has only intensified, and Todd now finds himself trapped in a dangerous and frightening reality, unsure how to escape. So much has unfolded since this storyline began. Here's a recap of some of the most disturbing developments. Early on, Theo's need for control became clear. He criticized Todd's eating habits and even forced food on him against his will. As time went on, the pressure increased. Theo pushed Todd physically, enrolling him in a marathon he never wanted to run and driving him far beyond his comfort zone. The emotional manipulation has been constant. Theo repeatedly blames Todd for causing problems, twists situations to make him feel guilty, and slowly cuts him off from people who care about him, including Summer Spellman and Billy Mayhew. Whenever Todd tries to break free, Theo finds new ways to trap him. At one point, Theo harmed himself to stop Todd from leaving, promising to seek help and leaving Todd burdened with guilt. The abuse has also been physical. Theo has humiliated and assaulted him, from throwing milk over his head to smashing his face into a mirror and violently attacking him. A particularly intense episode told their story through multiple camera angles. During that night, Theo locked Todd in the bathroom and provoked him until he snapped. Theo was injured in the confrontation and hospitalized, while Todd was arrested. To outsiders, it looked as though Todd was the abuser. Todd secretly installed cameras to capture proof, but even that backfired. Theo discovered the devices and edited the footage to make himself appear innocent. At the start of 2026, Todd finally opened up about everything to Billy, giving him hope that he might finally escape. But that hope was crushed when Billy died during the Corriedale crossover disaster, a tragedy secretly caused when Theo trapped him inside the doomed vehicle. Later revelations confirmed Todd wasn't Theo's first victim. During a night out on Canal Street, Theo was confronted by his former partner, Owen, who accused him of being abusive. Theo quickly turned the accusation around, portraying Owen as the controlling one. When Todd questioned him, Theo twisted the conversation to make Todd seem suspicious and accusatory. In an episode broadcast on the 16th of February, viewers glimpsed what may lie ahead. Todd and Theo are now engaged, but Theo's control has only tightened. He manages Todd's finances, mocks the small amount of money he allows him, and even hints that marriage will make it impossible for Todd to leave. In a chilling moment, Todd was seen holding a knife. Theo is among several possible victims in the show's flash-forward storyline, which confirms a death will occur in April. That raises a major question. Could Todd be pushed so far that he ends up killing Theo? If Theo isn't the body later discovered by Betsy Swain, then how will this storyline reach its conclusion? One possibility is that Todd could face prison if he ends up taking Theo's life. Another is that he might flee Weatherfield entirely to escape the abuse. For now, nothing is certain, and viewers will have to keep watching to find out what ultimately happens to Todd. Claire Sweeney is set to make her exit from Coronation Street after portraying Cassie Plummer for 3 years. Introduced as someone struggling with drug dependency, Cassie is the daughter of Evelyn Plummer and the mother of Tyrone Dobbs. Sweeney is leaving the cobbles after being cast as Miss Hannigan in the UK tour of the musical Annie, according to What's on Stage. The actress first became widely known for her role as Lindsay Corkill in Channel 4's Brookside, which she played intermittently from 1991 to 2003. She has also appeared on reality shows, including Strictly Come Dancing and Celebrity Big Brother. Cassie's final storyline will wrap up this summer, though hints of it may appear as early as next week. Following a phone call, Steve McDonald reveals to Cassie that his father's landlord is demanding £1,800 in unpaid rent, apparently because Jim put him down as a guarantor. The situation takes a serious turn when Steve hears from one of his dad's former Army colleagues that Jim is in hospital and not expected to recover. Cassie encourages Steve to visit his father, but Tracy Barlow disagrees, reminding him of the pain Jim caused in the past. Steve tries to go to the hospital, but his car has a flat battery. His new friend Ben Driscoll offers him a ride, and Steve admits he feels torn. He knows it may be his last chance to see Jim, yet worries it could be a mistake. Later in the week, after spending the day at a county event with Ben and Tim Metcalf, Steve tells Cassie he's ready to let go of his father, saying he has everything he needs in Weatherfield. Meanwhile, at the cab office, Mary Taylor shares some exciting news with Tim. Cassie is planning a surprise for Steve tomorrow. But what exactly will it be? And with Steve not appearing to leave the cobbles with Cassie, could this surprise end in heartbreak? A Coronation Street spokesperson commented on Claire's departure. "We wish Claire every success in her role as Miss Hannigan and congratulate her on landing a role she has long wanted. Cassie will remain on the cobbles until summer, continuing to make an impact in Weatherfield, building up to a memorable exit storyline." Coronation Street is broadcast on weeknights at 8:30 p.m. on ITV1 and is also available to stream on ITVX.